You're ignoring red flags at the beginning because there's some definitive fucking red flags with most narcissists.
We're saying goodbye to the stigma around mental health with raw, real, and sometimes unconventional topics. Listener discretion is advised.
The issue we have here is that empathic people, people who are highly sensitive in nature, they feel like these relationships they're in, they're trying to fix their partner. But their partner, it's not somebody who needs fixed. They're in these narcissistic relationships and they're being used and they're being manipulated. And I think that ties into a lot with some people's mental health. Now, empaths, there's not a ton of empaths out there. I mean, it's a rare breed. Just like highly sensitive people, there's a little bit more of those. But when we're talking on terms of like mental health, you're already sensitive to a lot of different emotions out there when you're on the mental health sphere. I think so, at least. I think that holds true. So if you're already, so I know it's so funny we brought him in here for this because that was not planned, but my husband and I both identify as highly sensitive people. We've been accused of having empathic natures. And I will tell you, he knows from another room when my mood changes. He feels it. He picks up on that. Now, if I were with somebody who could use that against me, how crazy would that relationship be? That they could feel, you could feel, or they could feel when your moods shift and when your moods change. And then they act upon that to get whatever they want.
I'll tell you how it feels. It's fucking a nightmare.
Been there,
huh? Yeah, many times. I think that narcissistic people, first of all, I think people use that term a lot more than, there are people that exhibit like narcissistic tendencies, but there are some people that are full-on fucking narcissists. And I think they seek out people that are empathetic because they can use. I've had women that used my vulnerability in my. I tell people how the fuck I feel. I tell people when I'm dating them. I have abandonment issues. I've had people fucking sink their teeth into that shit and fucking destroy me with it and control me with it and break me into pieces. I've had several relationships. I will say this too. I've talked about this before. I don't like the idea of fucking sitting around and complaining about relationships that I chose to be in. Because at the end of the day, I'm still going back to that relationship. Whose fucking fault is that? Is it the fucking narcissist or is it mine?
Or is it that codependency?
It is. That's the thing though. I see so many people complain about fucking, oh, he's a narcissist, they're a narcissist.
Well, you're still with them.
Well, yeah, you're ignoring red flags at the beginning because there's some definitive fucking red flags with most narcissists. There just are. And we ignore them because we want to fuck that person. By the way, that shit's great too. Fucking a narcissist? You ever fuck one of those motherfuckers?
They got something to prove.
Well, it's crazy because what I've realized about that, I was like sex was amazing with these people that I've dated that have those tendencies. And what I realized about that was it wasn't. It was just that I was so used to being in a shitty place that when things were even a little bit good, they felt so good. But it was just a by comparison thing. Sure. Ultimately, it wasn't better. When things were good with them, I'm not just talking about sex. In general, when there were good moments, they felt way better than a regular good moment because I was used to being in this really fucked up place. So then even a normal day, like,
it was a good
oh
day.
My God, we got along today. I'm so in love. This fucking person is amazing. And it's...
Have you been in healthy relationships since then?
I have, actually.
The hesitation.
No, it's not. I'll tell you. And I think a lot of people will relate to this. When you spend a lot of time, and I'm not knocking the people I used to date. I've dated a lot of really amazing people. I've been fucked up in a lot of relationships. I've been toxic in a lot of relationships. I've become toxic in relationships. I think what happens, and I know a lot of people that are this way, is they get used to dating a certain type of person, and there are these extreme highs and lows. So when they date a normal motherfucker that's like just a nice fucking stable person, it feels boring a little bit.
You're triggering me because my husband tells me you are so high or you are so low. Well, that's my mental health. I'm not. You're triggering me over here, Nicholas. I don't appreciate it.
I'm sorry. That's your safe space from now on. No more triggering. But the thing that I've learned, and this is something that I want everybody to know out there, that has gotten in a pattern of dating people that are toxic because of those highs, they're chasing those highs, is that when you give somebody that actually cares about you and has a heart, a real chance, and you're not just like, oh, this is boring because they're not shitting on me one day and then making me feel like $1 million the next. When you actually commit yourself to that person, then you get what you're missing. And you're like, oh, this is how it's fucking supposed to feel. I can be myself without judgment. I don't have to act like somebody I'm not. I don't have to tiptoe around somebody. I can just be me. And once you get used to that, and you have to get used to it. I had to get used to that shit. It was not normal for me. I was like, this fucking person, she's not even making me feel like I'm a terrible person. Like, what is this? What is this? And once you get past that, though, there's this fucking amazing. It's hard to get past it, though. It's an addiction to that kind of person.
It is. You're addicted to the drama to some essence, right? It's this excitement. It's this, you get together and it's fireworks because it's passion. It may not be a healthy passion, but it's exciting and it keeps you coming back for more. So I know with my Johnny, like, it used to hurt my heart so much because he would say, it's the highs are great, but man, the lows are tough, buddy. Like, the lows are really tough. And I will say that he's somebody who has helped level me out because I was so addicted to drama. I was so toxic on my own side. And being with somebody who's very even keel most of the time, but allowed me to, have him as a gauge for where I need to be was really helpful. And I still have bad days and I still have tough times with that, but I have a gauge and he's been a safe place and he's been able to say, it's not always going to be easy with us. It's just not. But the times when they're good, when we're both coasting together, it ends up we're both going higher together, right? And there's some danger in that because we don't want to pull our other partner down when things start to go low, but that initial up and down that I'm used to in other relationships where it's just one way or the other, it's either really good or it's really bad to your point, and then the great days are just, they're really not that great. They were just okay because you were so used to being down here.
No, I'm really happy that you found people that are able to love you enough to weather that with you, for lack of a better word. When you bring somebody into your life that has been through these ups and downs and this drama, and they're so used to that, and they're able to have the patience and love for you to still stick by your side, and then, in my experience, when I'm with somebody that way, they balance me out too. And the longer I'm with them, and there's this trust that's built because, like, they're like, I'm fucking in this. You're fucking crazy sometimes, but I'm still right fucking here. And that's so healing. Especially when you've been with people that have fucking hurt you.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be around somebody that's like, I understand that you have some fucking issues. I understand that you have some highs and lows. And I'm still here. God, is that fucking healing.
It's so
I want to give Johnny a hug right now.
He's a good guy. He gives good hugs too. But what's hard right now is we've been in this room filming and talking for several hours now. My husband's been sitting outside the room. He walked in this room 5 minutes ago. This is the first time he's been in here. We haven't talked about relationships at all. Him and I are at each other's throats right now. We're fighting. I'm sorry, but we are. We're having a hard time right now. And he's here. He's in this room. He's in this corner. He's been here all day with me. We're fighting. We're going through one of the worst fights we've had. And even in that, Yesterday, at 2 separate times, hours apart, we both looked at each other and said, this sucks, but I'm not going anywhere. This sucks, but you're not going to live life without me. We'll get through it. And we went through and we kept fighting, and we're still fighting. But I know he's got my back at the end of the day, and he knows I have his, period. It doesn't matter what we fight about today. He'll be here tomorrow. It doesn't matter what we fight about tomorrow. I'll be there the next day. And that, having that security is everything. We're not going to get it right. We're not going to live a perfect relationship. We're still people going through shit. But when you find somebody that says, I got you no matter what shit you're doing, no matter what shit you're throwing at me today, I got you. Because at the end of the day, I know this is healthy. We're not taking advantage of each other. We're going to fight because we're humans and we spend a lot of fucking time together. Him and I, we have 2 businesses together. We live together. We travel together. We shower together. I mean, I'm next to him all the time. We're going to fight. We're going to butt heads. But to recognize that I'm in a healthy relationship and my partner isn't going to abandon me when shit gets hard, it means we can work through the hard shit. So I love you. I'm sorry. I didn't invite you in here for this. We really weren't talking about relationships. I'm so sorry.
Ultimately, there's something that's so fucking awesome about it too, especially with modern day dating. And I'll wrap this up after this, but we live in a society now that I could get on Tinder or whatever the fucking all the apps are. I was on them for a while, and it was literally a validation thing because somebody hurt me, and I wanted people to. I didn't have the ability to date right then, but I needed people to just be like, "I like you," and what's the problem with dating apps? That there's people on there that don't have any business on there, and they just want to fucking feel seen or some shit. But this society now, we have such a fucking easy access. We can live in the honeymoon phase. We can be with somebody for fucking, I could be with somebody, anybody could be with somebody every fucking week, a new person, and have these highs in this superficial fucking
Excitement.
Yeah, and it would feel good. And a lot of people do that now, where they just relationship bounce, and I'm going to do the high shit with this person. I'm going to do the high shit with this person. The amazing thing about what you guys have is you're connected in a way those fucking people will never fucking understand. And there's something really, it's so much fucking better. It might not be as fun every fucking moment. It's not.
But man, when the fun's there, it's there.
And it's something real. It's not just some fucking stranger that I'm fucking this week. It's some fucking connection that you have to fucking put in work. And it sucks that there's a lot of people that hate dating now because there isn't. As soon as there's any bump in the road, people are like, fuck this, I'm out. Get back on my phone. Yep,
Instant
she lives 2 miles from me. Big tits. Let's fucking do it. And that's the beautiful thing about what you have. And I think that the people need to fucking know that there is something so much better when you have a real bond with another person than just fucking this empty fucking bullshit we have going on now. It's important.
It's important. And I will say, I'll end on this on a high note, especially since he's mad at me right now, is the connected sex way better than anything you're going to get in a toxic relationship.
It's next level.